Hey guys, Mr. Kyle, Myers Mathematics, and let's jump right into it. I just realized that I spelled triangle wrong. I spelled it tringle. All this time, and I've been spelling triangle wrong. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about what is up with that thing I was just on. That is my Quizlet deck for SAT cards. So I'm going to share that link with you down in the description below. But it is awesome because it is an ongoing list that I'm constantly updating, adding, modifying, that has all the formulas, definitions, tricks, tips, all the little things that you need to know for the SAT. And I'm always working on it, making it better. But let's go ahead and look at it right now. I'm going to show you how to use it on Quizlet. So probably a note that I need to put in here is that it's not an affiliate. I'm just using Quizlet because I like it the best. I also liked Study Blue. I used to use Study Blue, and then I just finally hopped on the Quizlet train. So you could use either one. But the deck that I've already made for you is on Quizlet. So let's go ahead and look at that. So here it is. And at the top here, you can kind of flip over. And if you want to know what the area of a tringle is, it's 1/2 AB sine C. I need to fix that. I know how to spell triangle, I promise. So you can go in here and you can just flip your cards over if you want to just real quick study. But what you can also do is you can go down here and click on Learn, Flashcards, Write, Match, Test. Okay, so if you click on Learn, the very first time you do it, you'll be at like level 0. And so it'll give you like mostly true, false, multiple choice kind of questions. And then if you do it again and you learn again, you do like the next round or whatever, it'll give you questions where you have to kind of fill in the blank and type it out. Okay, and so that part is probably not what you want to do. So stay away from the learn thing. Just go to flashcards real quick. Okay, so click on flashcards, and you can already see I've started to do some flashcards, but I haven't finished because I don't really need to. I've already got them memorized myself. So it gives you the back side of the card, and then you have to guess what the front side is. I know that's a little weird, but you can actually go into the options and change it in there. So it'll give you either the term on the front or the definition on the front. Okay, so I usually like to have the term on the front, so I'm going to keep it on that. And we'll go here. So numbers in the problem are not the answer. Okay, that is one of the little tips that's helpful on the SAT, because if you have like a number 3 in a word problem, like Johnny had 3 apples, then 3, if it's in one of the answers, is probably not the answer. Okay, just as a general rule of thumb, probably not the answer. Very, very unlikely that it would be. All right, so you notice you swipe it this way to say you've got it. Swipe it this way to say you need to study it again, right? So swipe to the left, you got it wrong. Swipe to the right, you got it right. Right for right. Okay, so use elimination when the equations are lined up. Awesome, got that right too. Right, so you can see how that works. And then go back. So then you can write them out, but again, you don't want to do that on this deck. You want to write out cards if you want to memorize something like word for word. Here, it doesn't really matter if you know it word for word. Just the general principle is what we're looking for. Okay, so you can go to match if you want as well, but I actually like test. And then that way you can control exactly what's happening, right? So if I want to do exactly 5 questions, boom, there's that it right there. You can do instant feedback or you can wait till the end. So if you want to know whether you got it right or wrong right away, click on that. Otherwise, just click it off. I just like to know at the end how I did. So I have that turned off and it defaults to off. Okay, and then this part is really important too. So click on that. And then you go to prompt with, answer with. Now leave the prompt with, it's double filled in, which doesn't make any sense. But you want to have definition filled in. Okay, so if you have everything filled in like this, then it'll either prompt you with term or definition, and then the answer will be the opposite. Now, if you want to answer with just the term, right, it's kind of backwards in my opinion, then you can do it that way. But I like to answer with the definition. I like to be prompted with the term and answer with the definition. I don't need to uncheck anything from up top here with prompt with, because it's not going to prompt me with the definition and then give me the definition. It's not going to do that. It's going to do one or the other. All right, so I like to do that. And then for this, I like to do multiple choice. True false is a little too easy. There's not going to be any true false really on the SAT. There's going to be multiple choice on the SAT, right? And some fill in the blank. So multiple choice is a good way to practice your cards and your definitions because the same format is going to be on the SAT. You don't want to write them out because it's just too much. And also, I have little symbols like theta, like a the little pokeball looking thing, and you can't write that on a typical keyboard. So it'll mark you wrong even though you know what the thing is. So just keep it on multiple choice for this. Okay. And then you go and start your test. Boom. Okay, so then it says system of equations has infinitely many solutions. All right, so it's saying what I mean here is what do you do? Well, if there's infinitely many solutions, then you make the x, the y, and the number equal. Boom. All right. Equation of a circle. What is the equation of a circle? Well, it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. What's the cosine of theta? Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. The central point, if you want to know the central point of any graph is h comma k, unless it's like a line or something. Lines don't really have central points. But if we have an integer, what would be the integer number? An integer is a whole number. It can be positive or negative, so that would be this one. Awesome, I got them all right. So then you can see which ones you got right and wrong down here. If you got one wrong, it'll say what you put and what the right answer is. Okay, so actually let me retake real quick. So was is equals, but let me put the wrong answer real quick, and then I'll just stop the test. So let me just put A for everything, and just to show you what it looks like. Okay, so was, so I put y minus y1, which is point slope form, but the correct answer was equals. So you can see it gives you what your answer was and then what the correct answer was down here. All right, and then some of these I actually guessed right, even though I wasn't trying to either guess right or wrong. I was just clicking the first choice on the rest of them. But yeah, so that's how this works. Okay, and what you can do with this is, let me flip it back around. So what you can do with this is you want to study these, and you want to do this ideally every day. There's a free Quizlet app you can grab. And again, you can do this on some other app too. I'm just showing you what I have on Quizlet because that's the one I use. You can use Study Blue. You can use some other site. If you know of any other sites, let me know. Also, if you see this deck, if you download this deck and you're like, oh, hey, why isn't this thing on here? Then shoot me an email, mr.kyle@myersmathematics.com, and I'll look at it and maybe that'll be something that I need to add on there. Or just let me know in the comments below, right? Because I always want to improve. I always want to make this Quizlet deck better so that you can get the best score you possibly can on your SAT. All right, so this has been Mr. Kyle, Myers Mathematics. If you haven't gotten my free guide, it's the 5 math mistakes everyone makes and how to avoid them. It's on my website, myersmathematics.com, myersmathematics.com. And I will see you guys in another episode real soon.